What's going on, Bigfoot world? I'm still here trying to get this thing to stop. Here we go. Let's get it going. Hopefully, guys, this thing's lagging a little bit. Can you guys hear me? See me pretty good? Give me some thumbs up. Guess this will help. Are you? I see you, Kathy. You might be able to hear me better with this. Where do I plug it in? I'm almost ready, guys. Can you guys hear me? See me now? Let's get it. Thanks, Darren. What's going on in that, Georgie? I see everybody's coming. We got a lot of new members on here, guys. Welcome to the Bigfoot family. We have a lot of fun here. We keep the shit drama out. No drama on this. We try to have fun here. I don't know what my mom's talking about. Mom, we on live. What's going on, Mike? Money Mike. Get ready, boy. You need to hit the woods. Get ready. We're Area 51. After whose comment? But who knows? I don't know what's going on with that, Mom. We'll talk about it after the live. What's going on, Real Clough Mama? It's good everybody can hear me, see me. What you guys want to get into first? I guess we got a lot to talk about this week. Troop 51. How do I feel about them really existing? I know they're there. I've seen them on many accounts, without a doubt. I mean, you go to the woods one time, you'll know they're there. Definitely, you'll know they're there. You'll hear something, see something. Here you see the elephant in the room. What elephant in the room? Oh, I see you, Real Clough. I got it now. Thanks, Robert. That's from you guys, Vince, Mike, or Scott Malika, Scott Frost. Oh, guys, I gotta make a correction from last week. Scott Frost. I said he was the number 4 player in the world. 4 or 5 years running, he was number 1 in the world of pool, and I guess now he's running number 4 in the world. Cat Martin, I hear you, brother. That's what I say too, man. It seemed like they come with the views. The views been up this month, guys. The subscribers are coming up, rising. We're getting stronger every day. We're growing. So we're doing something right out there. I ain't listening to them, Tammy. That's just it. That's what they said. I showed Jeff. I was talking to Jeff about it. You can't. That's what's funny. You'll have 1,000 good comments, and then that one bad comment just like messes it up for that 1,000, knocks you down. But not this time. I'm pretty well used to it. My skin's like leather when it comes to that shit. I ain't worried about them. That means I'm doing something right. If I got haters, I need more haters out there. Give me a couple more, because that means I'm on to something. I'm getting close to something. I'm doing something right. Now, I'm moving on with that one. Guys, I keep thinking about the second encounter I just had whenever it's like standing in front of that rock structure, and I walk over a couple feet and I look down to my left. And as soon as I turn around, that dude didn't just step out from behind that tree until I turn around. So he definitely, I was thinking he definitely wanted me to see him. And I was thinking, why would they never act like that? They never just step out in the open and show themselves. Why would be the reason he would do that? Now, that buck was over there screaming at the same time. I was thinking about going over there and seeing why he was screaming, what's going on over on around that bend there. But it didn't play out like that. As you seen, I was looking down over the hillside, and as soon as I turned around, the dude stepped out behind the tree. Big as shit. It seemed to me like 30 yards, 40 yards up that hill there. And he stood there for the longest time. It seemed like the longest time. And then I took a couple steps sideways trying to get a better zoom in on it. And he kind of backed up and sat down in that bush right there up against that rock face. So that's why, what was that? Butch. All right, let's talk about, we'll talk about that after this, Butch. But you're right. I guess you must be one of the new ones on this channel. But we're here to have fun, Butch. Get with the program. But anyways, as he was standing there, he had to, when I turned around and he stepped out from behind that tree, he had to be like intercepting me from going around to stopping whatever was going on with that buck. And then the following week, right, I went back up there. I put the camera up there on that rock, and then I came down. And guys, a lot of you thought that was a Bigfoot at the end. What on the camera that I left behind? Well, that wasn't, because remember I told you when what on the other video was I was filming, putting a camera up there. I came back down and I wrapped up around that old logging road up to the top, and I walked across to see if I can push anything that back down toward the camera. But as you seen, I don't know what was going on with them sounds. Yes, for being high. We're on that high shit. Thanks, Ronnie. It's been getting real up there. It's a good spot. It's a great spot. But like I was getting to, I see you, Modem. But as I was getting to, you guys are something else. We're gonna have a pot conversation tonight. You want to talk about smoking some weed? What? I'm trying to talk about Bigfoot. You guys up there talk about getting stoned. You're supposed to get stoned before the live stream. You can't be getting high during Friday Night Live, guys. Right. But anyways, like I was saying, guys, in the video, whenever I was going up and I wrapped it up around to the top to see if I could push anything down. If you guys remember, I came into that dip, and inside that dip, which there was all structured up in that circle, there was a pile of hair in there, deer hair, that long deer hair. I'm telling you, that buck got shredded up there. It's like that backed it up. He was intercepting me from coming around. They was hunting that buck, and that dude stepped out from behind that tree. Said, "You ain't coming around there. They're doing their thing. Let them be." Pretty much. He let me leave though. He had me. All he had to do was take 2 hops, and he was whooping my ass. That's the only thing that hit my mind is he got me. There's nothing I can do. I'm a couple miles up this mountain. He's got me. I didn't think that this dude's huge. He's right there. The only thing that hit my mind was he got me. I messed up. He got me. But it was a good shot. It definitely was. And Vince, you guys, Scott, both Scotts, you guys got some great, you guys seen some great faces on there. You pulled out some good pics on the Bigfoot. Thanks, Rodney. But that buck definitely got his ass tore up by them Bigfoot. I guarantee I go up there, I'll find him laying somewhere, ripped apart. Least bones. Cookie, what are you tearing up? I just got 2 pillows and she tearing up my damn pillows. I'm going to jack Cookie up. I swear. She waits till I go live or something where I can't get away or go get her. And she started tearing my shit up. I don't know what's up with her. I must have pissed her off or something. Cookie's at it again, guys. Am I 100% I seen the Bigfoot? We seen Bigfoot on many accounts. Rhonda, many accounts. We went into the woods with Deb. We seen my first white one, big gigantic white one, jumped off a rock face. He stood up. It was 30, 40 foot rock face. He was sitting up there looking at us. And when we started walking towards him, he stood up without using his hands and went to a blur, jumped about 15, 20 feet to another rock, a big ass rock ledge, rock face, whatever you want to call it, and then came down to the other side and took off and hollered at us as he took off. And Deb would have seen it if she wasn't like 100 yards behind us talking to a tree stump. She would have seen it too, but pretty much everybody that was there witnessed it. Fred, Mike, his girlfriend, they all got to see that big, gigantic white Bigfoot. I mean, he stood out like a sore thumb. I don't know how he hides because he's like, it was all green and brown shrubbery around him and this big white ball. Wow, and that this big white ball just stands up and out of nowhere. He couldn't hide if he even tried to. He had to bury himself somewhere. That was a pretty good video. Right, Lynn? I'm glad it's Friday, man. It was a long week. It was a good week, though. It was a good, interesting week, but it was a long week. No bad things happened this week. It was all pretty good. No complaints. I can't complain other than this lockdown shit. We need to get the world together and get the country open back up. I'm getting tired of it already. These face masks, it's annoying. Yeah, Lauren, she I think she a new subscriber. Hang around, you'll get to know me, Lauren or Rhonda. My fault. Let me get caught up on you guys. I was rambling there for a minute. My man Vince. George Jefferson moving on up, Joe. I see you. Hey, I do appreciate all you guys, man. That means a lot. Matter of fact, while I'm thinking about it, Mr. Willis, Scott Frost, thank you guys for what you guys did. You made that shit go down. That shit disappeared in minutes. And that's meant a lot, guys. I appreciate that shit. You guys, that's what's up. All you guys in the Bigfoot world, you guys got my back. I got your back. I'm gonna keep going out into the field doing what I do, and the hell with all the other BS. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing. We're off to a good start this year. It seemed like I got a good spot. I got a few good spots, and it's warming up. There ain't been that many humans out there, so they're getting like used to being without seeing people around. Even the wildlife's getting weird. You seen the fox? Freaking fox was walking right up to me. I actually had to holler at him and shit. I was trying to get the camera going. I'm hollering at this fox. He's walking right at me. Once he finally realized he spotted me, once he finally seen me, it's like he was walking right up at me to check me out. I don't know if he's going to tear my ass up or if he's going to sniff me. I ain't trying to let this dog come up on me and just bite the shit out of me. So I started hollering, whistling, yo, what are you doing? Stop. And I'm standing up on this rock and this fox kept coming right at me. And then finally, I hollered at him and then he cut down off of the back. The camera acting all weird. I couldn't get it going. It's finally get it to record for 2 seconds. Then it kicks back off. Them foxes, man, you can't trust them. You don't know if they got rabies, and especially when I think they're nocturnal. I think, and then to see one in broad daylight just going back and forth this mountain like he's retarded, uh, I wasn't chancing it. It freaked me out a little bit. I was panicking, kind of trying to film it at the same time. There's an attack about to happen. This fox coming right at me. He's been sniffing me for 15 minutes while I'm sitting there watching him. I mean, that shit was crazy. We had some crazy experiences out there, especially when I'm by myself. It seemed like these animals don't give two F's when I'm by myself. I don't know if it's, I don't know what it is. Shit. When it comes to wildlife, I got a gift. I think I got a good gift. It could be a good thing and a bad thing because I had little baby deer walk up to me. I had doe walk up to me, but I had a black bear walk up to me. Real true story. I'm sitting. There's me and my two uncles. We're out in this trail. We're quad riding, and we got so far up the mountain. We stopped. We sat there and let the quads cool off. And my two uncles was parked side by side, and my quad was behind me, and I'm like in the middle, right? And this big gigantic black bear, I'm sitting there talking to my uncles, and this big black bear come down and stop right behind me, like a foot dead behind me. And my uncle Joe, he said, "Turn around." So I did one of these. I turned around, and as soon as I looked down, he looked up at me. We got eye contact. Like I was like, "Oh my god!" So I turned around and looked back. I said, "Help me!" I'm telling them to help me, and they're laughing. They keep cracking up. I'm like, "Help me, man! Help me! Help me!" So I look back again, and then the bear starts crashing off to this side, ramming through weeds, bushes, crashing shit. I mean, I thought he's gonna tear my ass up. All he had to do was just stand up and bop 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 bop. It got me. He was like right there, right dead in my ass behind me. He came straight out the trail and came right in behind me. I didn't even know he was there. My Uncle Joe said, "Turn around." So I turned around and looked. We caught eye contact. I said, "Oh shit, help me, man, help me." They're laughing. They're on their quads, just cracking up. Like they're not helping me. They were about to see me get my ass tore up by this damn black bear. I'll never forget that one. They got me on that one. So I don't. When I go quad riding, I don't get off the damn quad. They get off the shit. I ain't getting off of that quad. That shit was scary. He was in right there, dead behind me. You can't predict wildlife. They come out of nowhere, out of left field. You can't never get ready for it or prepare for it. When the shit happens, it happens. And you got to be there to film it. One of these times, I got to get an action cam with audio. My action cam ain't got no audio. It's just video. I think that's going to be my next move. Now that black bear wasn't too angry. He just looked at me. I looked down at him. I seen his brown eyes looking up at him. He looked like a puppy dog in his eyes, though. I ain't gonna lie, but he was wide as shit, big as shit. All he had to do was just stand up and just tear my ass up. He had me. There's nothing I could do. I'm telling them to help me. They're cracking up, laughing on their quads. I'm thinking this is it. He got me. He about to tear my ass up. But he takes off up over the other side. He left me go. Thanks, Marty. That means a lot, man. I ain't gonna change for nothing. This is me. Always gonna be me. Stay tuned for the next crazy ass adventure because it gets crazy. And that's just the fun of it, guys. When I'm out there really ain't no setting up or faking. I go out there, like I said before, I film. Whatever happens, it happens. Sometimes there ain't shit that happens. Sometimes there's some crazy shit that happens. A lot of times in some of these places that I go to, between that banana nut bread, I think my ex tried to kill me on that one. That was another bear experience. And the night, I'm trying to spend the night in front of the maze, and my ex put pecan pie and banana nut bread in my damn backpack, and I'm hiking into this up into freaking up into the maze, for down on the ravine, up into the maze, almost dead in the night. I climb up on this rock. I decided for some odd reason it's dark now. I want to take a walk with this backpack, right? I'm walking through this it's like it ain't a field, but it ain't the woods either. It's like cleared out. It's the woods, but it's a little bit cleared out. And I'm trying to walk through it, see if I can see anything at night. I can hear this grunting coming up behind me and shit, just getting closer and closer. And I'm figuring what the hell. And then I see this big, like black silhouette over here to my right, and I can hear him when he's breathing. When he's breathing in and out, you can hear him like he's growling and shit. And oh my God, it's a bear. I lost it. I take off running. I got the camera in my hands. I'm crying at this point. I get back. Here, the bear wanted the pie, the pecan pie, and the banana nut bread or whatever it was in my backpack. He shredded my bag up. He drug it all through the forest. He took my flashlights. Man, that bear took all my shit. I took down once. I laid there on top of that rock for about, man, I don't know how long it was till I heard him creep crashing down over the other side. I climbed down the rock and head down over this side. I ain't never went back by myself at nighttime. I ain't doing that shit. But the moral of that story, I think my ex tried to kill me with that banana nut bread. She knew that bear was gonna be there. He was after the weed, Brian. Nah, I didn't get a chance to smoke one yet when that happened. I was just getting up there. It just got dark. It's 40 in New Hampshire. Shit, it's not bad today. It was all right today. Oh, I plan on it, Harry. I plan on doing an overnighter up in this new spot. I don't even know what you want to call it. Bigfoot's Wallow. I mean, this spot up there, it's totally different, but it's deeper into the forest too. It's got to be a Bigfoot Wallow. I don't know what else to say. You seen the structures on the ground, in the sky, in the air. I mean, there's the whole area. That whole area is nothing but structures. They got that the way they want it, and they had to take them a long time to get it like that. 58 years old, still hitting it. That's what's up, Morty. Hey, I'll be there with you, man. I ain't gonna change for shit. Right in that, it definitely is full of signs. How long of a walk do you have to go logging into Bigfoot Wallow? Hey, a couple miles. I say probably. I don't know. Because it's a couple miles out the trail, out the bike trail, and then we gotta head up over the mountain for a few miles. So it's probably about 4 or 5, no more than 6 up. Cutting across there. PayPal, Jeff. Oh yeah, guys. If you guys want to help out a scam, the PayPal link is in the description. I know you seen that comment about I'm having so many damn donation places and not even a new camera. Well, go buy me a camera then. Quit talking shit about it. Eventually I'll get one. But guys, yeah, definitely hit that PayPal up if you want. You don't got to. It's just there to be there. Right in that. That's what I say. That's another thing I was talking about. I forget his name. I seen his message. I ain't really got the time yet to go and get at that. But what I'm gonna do, if you guys watch that video where I left that camera up there by itself and just went off, I see you, John. But when I just put that camera up there and just left off and went off the camera, well, I'm gonna do it again with another camera. And when I do that, where did I put it? Damn, I just had it because I was showing somebody. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that camera and I'm going to face it on that rock, face it out there the way I did last time. And then I'm going to take off and I'm going to cut up through that field and like 20 feet up before as I'm walking out. As I'm walking, I'm trying to be slick with it, but this is like the smallest night vision camera in the world right here. I can just walk up and clip it onto a branch and keep on walking. So if you guys notice, something definitely walked up behind that camera, came up with throwing something at it, rocks at it, or stick twigs at it. Something was crazy with it. So I'm going to have this on facing back at that camera, hanging on a branch, while I got that camera facing out. See if I can trick him somehow on that shit, because I know he definitely came up. At some point, you can hear him growling behind that camera, but that camera it's been messed up. It sounds like the sound sounds like it's underwater. You got to kind of filter through that shit. But you're right. I definitely got to get a new camera for that and for better zoom. I'm working on it. What was going on there? I heard the sound of a shopping cart. I heard some crazy ass sounds up there, man. And that footage and the train, there's the train. I think I only heard 2 trains that whole time I was up there. They ran through. And a train, when it goes through town, it steady rumbles until it's already passed, and you can hear it fading out, leaving town. At some points through that video, you can hear it'll like something's taking off, the engine's brewing up like a jet's like starting his engines up and shit for about 3 or 4 seconds, and then it cuts off. And then a couple minutes will pass. You'll hear a mountain lion or Kruger. You'll hear a big cat growl a few different times all the way through all the way through the video. You'll hear a cat, a big cat. But them engines, we're in a forest. We're deep into a forest. The only thing that's like a few miles over, way over on the other side of the mountain, there's a gun club with a shooting range, and you'll hear gunshots coming from that. And the train that's on the other side of the river that's coming up and down that track. But everything's on the other side of that river. Where I'm at, I'm deep into the forest. That engine sound was like right there, and that'll come on for a couple of minutes and then just shut off. So whatever that was, man, that was some crazy shit. What's that, Vince? It's okay. Whatever my mom's telling me is okay about time travel. I was going to ask him the same thing. What's the question, Geneva? Oh, you retracted it. And the person walking up top. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I told you guys. That was me. I think I did in the beginning, but everybody thought that was a Bigfoot walking up around the top at the end of that video on the camera that I left behind. That was me. If you remember, I told you I was coming back after I put the camera up there. I came back down and I went up the old logging road and wrapped up around to see if I could push anything back down toward the camera that I left. And that's what happened. That's what I got. It's all right to pass on pictures from your videos. Yeah, definitely. That's what they're there for. That's what we're here for, to get the word out, show the world. For sure, Vince. They are being made all out there in nature. I never said you were crazy or cloaked unseen world. Listen, man, I seen a lot of crazy shit being out there in this world growing up, and I seen a lot of videos that pop up here and there, and people saying you stuff. You got to filter in the good and the bad. You can pretty well sense what's good and what's not. But all the shit that I've seen over the years, man, there's a lot of crazy shit in this world. I mean, this planet is amazing, and the species that's on it, it would blow your mind. Once you guys' eyes become open. I know. The 70s were the time for partying. Marty, man, all the way through there, the 70s, 80s, 90s, it was just like everybody was happy. There was no fighting really. The the government pretty much kept the shit to themselves. You know what I mean? Puff passing that. Hey, you guys are something else. Everybody want to do the Bigfoot ones look like in Bigfoot land down here? You mean? Uh, for the most part, the one that stepped out from behind that tree, yeah. But the older dude, the two that was chasing me out of that area, the one that was standing up there on the mountain crest, he looked like more human than anything. He didn't really have the hair on his face, but he had a big full fledged beard, like a big wide beard. He was like an old man. He looked like an old hairy ass dude. Pretty much what he looked like. But the rest of them, for the most part, they look the same as Bigfoot Land. They got their hair all over their face. They're solid black. That dude on the second one was big. He was tall. He's big as shit, but he wasn't old. He was still he was like in a I don't know how old he was, but he wasn't old. I didn't feel that he was old at all. He didn't really have that build either. As I was just thinking, he didn't really have that build as the rest of them that I seen in Bigfoot Land. The ones in Bigfoot Land, they're stocky, they're bulky, they're big, they're like muscle bound builders times 100. They're 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 huge, to where that dude's like tall and lengthy. So he maybe his diet's off, or maybe he ain't old enough to get that big. He was big, but he wasn't the muscle bound big dudes like in Bigfoot Land. It's like a little difference there. The one over in the Wallow, he's more tall and lengthy. If that makes any kind of sense. It's a good ways into that mountain. It's a good ways up over that mountainside. How did you find Bigfoot Land in the first place? Um, Fred, and Money Mike, we was heading out this old logging road, heading down. We was heading going to the ravine, down in the ravine. We just had caught them good pictures of that. We seen the female with the newborn baby down in the bottom of the ravine. So we was going back to do a follow up on that with that little 4 foot dude with the afro down in there. We caught them over there on the other side of the ravine. So we're going back out there to do a follow up on that. And as we was going out, walking out that old logging road up on the other side of the opposite direction that we was going to go, we seen a set of foot tracks that went back up into that way. So I said, you know what? These are fresh. These are new. Let's check these out. So we followed them out so far out. And what was weird, the one set of footprints, they turned into two set of footprints. So Jeff was with us too, because me and Jeff went with me, and then Fred and Mike, they followed this set of tracks out around this set of rocks, and I followed me and Jeff followed this set of tracks out around, and me and Jeff ended up running into them. They started whooping at us and hollering, and so I told Jeff, let's stop, let's turn around, go back, get them, and then we'll come back and push in on them. And they just pushed off of us by the time we end up coming back. But that's how I ended up finding the Bigfoot Land. I just been going back up in there ever since. I see you, Rick. It ain't nothing about being a star, man. I'm just trying to keep on doing what I'm doing. I like doing what I'm doing, man. That adrenaline when he stepped out on me, though, I can't explain. Even both times. That first time I was scared when they was chasing me down out of that in the rain. I think he was trying to tear me up. I think they was trying to hurt me on that one. The old dude, and there was another one that was coming in. I didn't see him, but I seen the one that was standing up in front of me, and there was one crashing into my left. They wanted me out of there. That day they didn't want me in there at all. They let me know if they was growling at me. They saying shit up there. They didn't want me there, so I took off and left. Thanks to you and Rick. How come I do one like a live a week? Or wait, I said that wrong. Would you? How come you only do one night live? Cause this, I ain't trying to be. I ain't trying to have this whole channel with just. It's not a podcast channel. I'm more. I ain't a talker really that much. I'm more of into the woods, hands on, out in the field, and that's the way I've always been. Friday Night Live's pretty much just to get to know you guys, for you guys get to know me a little bit better on like a personal, individual, one-on-one base. And the rest of the week, guys, I'm trying to be out in that field. I'm trying to be out there finding Bigfoot. There's nothing freer than the woods. There really ain't. I got in touch. Well, Mark got in touch with me, Colorado Bigfoot. Guys, I want to get down there, meet up with him, check out his neck of the woods. He got some crazy, crazy structures down there. I want to get him out there in the night. We're going to search them grounds at nighttime where they're out playing, making them structures. Mark's a good guy. I like Mark. It's a meet and greet, right? That's what it is too, Mom. There's no living room on my cane. Yeah, Jeff came and shut that off. It was something going on with the app or something, the blue screen or black screen or some shit. I don't know what's up with that. Right, Rick. That's the only way to be, man. Laid back and just have fun. Just have fun with what you do. No matter how bad it seems, how bad it gets, you keep on finding a way to have fun with it. That's what I've been doing. It seemed to work. It definitely does. He was like 7 foot at least. I couldn't really tell because it was uphill bank. Pandora. I'm just answering your question. You don't even know what I'm talking about. But he said, I'll just show you. Well, it's different on this one. That ain't gonna work. But Pandora said, how big was the one that stepped out on you? It seemed to be like 7, 8 feet, but it was really hard to tell because it was an uphill climb and it was like 50 yards up. And when he stepped out on me, I wasn't thinking about how tall he was. I was thinking this dude got me. But he was tall. He was way taller than me. I probably came up to his chest. Like I probably came up to here on him. If anything, he he was taller than me, way taller than me, and I'm 5'9". Um, Pussyfoot. I like that name. That's pretty cool. I definitely ain't. That's what it's. I mean, I did at first. I seen it. It pissed me off, but at the same time, you ain't gonna stop what I'm doing just because one person don't like it. Don't watch it. I'm still gonna be in the woods filming whatever happens. Do I have a name? Annette, you know my name. Scott Malika, yeah, he got a lot of steals. I posted them up. They're on. I don't know what the hell happened with that video. Everything's all little, small. It, and all the times I ever make them videos, it's going to turn out like that on this one. Almost like it was intentional. I must have did something wrong. I don't know. It was messed with, or I don't know what's up with that, but it wasn't on the editor. It wasn't like that when I edited it. But then when I uploaded it, the pictures was all tiny in the video. I don't know what the hell that was about. Big dog, that's hard to say, man. But I'll be ready. I can't even say I'll be ready when it does, but I'll be out there and I'll be looking for it. You can't be ready for that shit when they come out. Just like the last time when he stepped out on me, I froze. Like, man, he got me. What am I going to do? It took me a good minute before I tried to step sideways to zoom in and get a better shot of him. And it's like he knew what I was trying to do, so he stepped back and sat down in them weeds, and I couldn't get that shot. And then I looked back over at the buck. By the time I looked back, he was gone. Right, Tracy? That's what I was saying. I don't know what happened, why they got that small. Glad they're not attacking you. They are just watching out. That I don't know what's the reason was, but you're right, Ronnie. It is mating season, and that's really the time that you're gonna catch them. Between now and then again in October, when they're running around with their head cut off before the change of season, that's when most sightings happen. Vic, I seen them. I haven't seen them personally, but I came across them three-toed tracks. I still to this day don't know what they are. I followed him for a good mile and a half, and I mean, when he stepped on ice, he closed his three toes up and punched through the thick ice. It was heavy, whatever it is. It's like a dinosaur. Like I felt like I was following a damn dinosaur. It is three-toed cryptid, and I followed him the whole way down the side of this mountain. He balled his feet up, busted through the ice, and then he opened them back up on the other side of the puddle and kept on tracking down over. But I tracked him to this big ass rock face. He must have climbed up the side of the rock face. So I went down and walked up around it, and then I couldn't pick back up on his track when I came up the top. But it's in the cave area where they federally sealed that, restricted it off. You think them are Dogman tracks? I don't know what they are, but they're big as hell and they're scary as hell when I seen them. At first, I thought somebody was playing tricks on me. It's like I never seen these thing claws and everything. It's like somebody messing with me. But they didn't start until I was halfway out that logging road. They came down off this bank and stepped out. There was like 16 inches walking out in the middle of the road, and over off to the right, up along the wood line, there was one smaller feet, about 8 inches, but they both had three toes walking along. So I came out to the road and followed the bigger one out, and that the little one was doing the same thing, parallel and right with it. So there's two of them, whatever they are, and it was some real shit. I always take a gun. Every time you take a gun, you'll never see one. I must be freezing up. But every time you take a weapon, you'll never see one. They know if you got it. It don't matter if you put it in your backpack. If you do see one, it's not going to be a good outcome because they know what you're there for. They know what you're capable of doing, and it's not going to be good. They know what them guns can do. For the most of them, they know what them guns are. They know what they do. So it's better off not doing it. I know it's bad because of the other wildlife that's in the woods. I seen panthers out there. I seen big mountain cats. There's other shit that can tear my ass up out there, but that's not it's going to stop me from going doing what I'm doing. He had some great pics of Dog Man. I heard some crazy ass encounters about them things. The Dog Man, and there's nothing nice about him. There's nothing nice about him. All the stories I've ever heard, all the encounters I've ever heard, they've been mean and very aggressive, and their packs are like 4 or 5. Them Dog Men are not nice. Brian, a Dog Man? Shit, you're lucky to be talking about it. You believe they trust me? I think for the most part, they're starting to come around. I think they're used to seeing my face after all these years of going in. And the younger ones was there when I first started. I heard them giggling and up there and shit, playing tricks on me with my dirt bike. But now that they're older, and I think they're getting used to me. After all these years, they're starting to just hang out a little bit more, especially in Bigfoot land. They definitely know who I am. All of them, even the big alpha dude. He's the one I gotta pretty much get welcomed in, but he's the one also I don't even want no contacts with because that dude is 23-inch footprints. It scared me when I seen the footprint. I seen him a couple times. He's red. I seen him from a distance. Him and his girlfriend. He got his girl's red and he's red, and all the rest of them are black. That's with him, and that one white one. But I'm not sure if the white one's involved with that tribe or not. He's just a fluke that came out of nowhere up in that area. I'm surprised that he's there. But it was like 23 inches. That footprint was wide, huge. It put a fear in my body. Like this dude can step on me and just crush me. It's huge. I never want to run into him. I'll keep messing. I'll keep messing with all the rest of them, but I'm not messing with that that big boy. I don't want nothing to do with him. He just looks mean. He got a big, wide, red face. He looks more human. He's more one of the human ones, and his girl does too. I got some guys. If you didn't see my Facebook page, check out my Facebook page. Most of them pictures are from the Bigfoot of Bigfoot land. There's a very few from the cave. There's few from the new spot, the waterfall, and now the Bigfoot Walla. There's a lot on Facebook. You guys need to check that out if you didn't get a chance to yet. Thanks, Merlin. Hey, I'm going back up there and check out some shit. But I need to get back into Bigfoot land too. I ain't been up there in a while. I think I'm gonna try to hit both spots this week. I'm gonna get into Bigfoot land and up there and to the Walla and see what's going on. Some dog man protect Bigfoot. Oh yeah, I seen that there's many different breeds. Who was doing that? Was it Scott Carpenter? I think he was in on the DNA and all that. He was. I don't know. I'm talking about something I don't know nothing about. I mean, I know about it. I've seen it, but I don't know who exactly was all involved with that at all. It really is, Eric. I want to get deeper into both areas. I want to go deeper in. It seemed like the deeper that I go, the more crazier the shit gets. The more structured up it gets, the more barricades that are up. It seemed like the more control they got of that forest, the deeper you go. So I want to I want to get somebody get in there with me and go in, hike in a day in, and then hike out a day and just film it the whole time. See what happens. Go in and camp for a day, hike, go in a whole day, and just hike in, see what's in there, and just set up camp, and then the next day hike out, see what happens, see what we see if we can get the lay of the land, pretty much. Thanks, Richard. That means a lot, man. That would be crazy, Brian, to have a Bigfoot for a friend. Hey, I think eventually, when it's all said and done, I think it could be done, man. It's been done. It's been done. I already know it's been done. The natives done it. I mean, for centuries. People have been talking about. I mean, elders. You go to the native elders. They'll tell you stories. It's been done. You scared the shit out of me, Cook. I think it really can be done. No, I mean not. I don't see this gigantic Bigfoot coming up face to face and just having a conversation. I don't think that'll never happen. I think he would jack you up. He still got that wild mentality, and he will rip you apart. You get too close. At the same aspect, I think at a distance, I think you can acquire some kind of something, some kind of game going on there where he'll come in. He even getting to talk to you type of shit. But I don't know. I don't think nobody's ever going to have, and this female get raped or something like that. I don't think a man's going to come up and just have a conversation with a Bigfoot and walk away to talk about it. At least not without an ass whooping. He gonna send you out with an ass whooping, send you on your way. But I think something could happen at a distance. I think something's already happening with me at Bigfoot Land at a distance. I mean, before as I was coming in, you could hear him whooping, tree knocking, and pushing off at the same time. But this last year, these past few months up in there, it seemed like when I'm coming in, they'll do the same thing. They'll tree knock, they'll whoop, but it seemed like they're sitting there let us walk in and watching us. They've been watching us, throwing rocks back and forth, twigs back and forth with each other. It's like they're creating a game. They left the stuffed animals wedged into the tree for me. I mean, they're doing different things. They took my coffee. My coffee I left in the beginning, and by the time I got back in the Bigfoot Land, my coffee's setting up on a log. It just waiting for me, still hot. It's like, how did he even get around me to put this there? I mean, they're ninjas of the forest. It's crazy. The more you go out there, the more activity you have with them. It's like the more you realize you don't know shit about them, and then that makes you want to go out there even more. So it's crazy, man. It's addiction. You can't stop. Once you start it, you ain't gonna stop it. That's why you guys are on here with me tonight, trying to figure out something new with the big guys out there, because they're fascinating. The more you learn about them, the more you realize you don't know shit at all, and it's crazy. That makes you want to even know more, if that makes any kind of sense. Check out Gigwee. He has 3 toes and the killer disposition cryptid, but they don't. Guys, I was just watching You guys sent me a link. There's two movies I was watching about Bigfoot. You just reminded me. There was one about an actual account, an actual attack. You were just talking about it last Friday Night Live. I forget the name of it, but it was an attack that happened to hunters. I don't even want to call them hunters. I think they was more or less college researchers, and they went into Missouri Ozarks, and was doing a documentary out there, and the whole team ended up getting wiped out. They got tore up out there in the Ozarks. There was another one. Man, there was a couple of good ones. I wanted to write down and tell you guys to check out. The other one was called Exit. Where was that at? It wasn't on Netflix. Guys, it was on Pluto. If you got the free app Pluto, check out that movie Exits. That shit is crazy. It will blow your mind. I mean, that seems like it's so real. It might be real. It's a documentary on Bigfoot, but the footage that they got that they're showing, it's a great makeup work. If it is makeup work, that's how good that shit is. It had me wonder, like, damn, this is a crazy, and they act like that. You piss them off. You go to shoot one, you got to take them all on. You're messing with the whole tribe. Go ahead, you think you're going in there and shoot one, taking a body out. It's never ever going to happen that way. You have to wipe them all out, and that's not cool. You type in "sucks today, Geneva." Exit is a movie. Oh, it's a movie, but that's a crazy ass movie, man. I watched that, and there was another one about the Ozarks, the attack that happened in the Ozarks. About five, I think it was 500 or 5 researchers that was going out there and end up getting tore up. Next week, I'll have a name for you. I'll go back in my history and look it up, and I'll have a name for you to check that out. But that movie Exit was a good Bigfoot movie too. It was definitely a good one. Yeah, them documentaries they're addictive. It's like you got it's crazy. It's like raw footage, raw information. You ain't gonna get nowhere else watching documentaries. People actually out there in the field filming firsthand. You don't get more realer than that. It's unscripted. You don't know what's going to happen next. A Rottweiler can jump out and bite your face off, and I mean anything can just happen at that point. So that's why I like it. I get into that shit. Exits. Exits. Yeah, the third one, Dave. EXITS. Nothing nowhere near it, Mom. You guys, no. Well, see, the book it's different between that movie and that book. That book is like a part of my life. I lived that, guys. I was like 3, 4 years old. I remember that shit. I remember the doors being opened up. I remember the screams coming out of it. I remember the dude coming with the big bag coming in, unlocking it and shit. I remember my mom coming home from the turkey factory. I remember all that shit. And then after all these years, I'm trying to tell my mom, asking her what was in them doors, what happened in Missouri, why did we leave, why did we come back, why did Jack go crazy, why? I mean, there's so many whys, and then she finally wrote them all down in that book. She wrote the whole story of everything that happened back then, and I mean, I was there, I can witness it. I was as I was reading, it's like, and I even remembered more stuff as I was reading. It's like, damn. This is crazy. but I thought it was Jack. My mom's boyfriend was working for the military, and he was protecting their shit, the government shit. And here he's protecting his family shit. It blew my mind. But that's a great ass story. That would be a great movie. I hate to be the actress that acted that one out, but I ain't going to get into them jokes. That'd be a good movie, though. That'd be a great movie. The day Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahassee Bridge. Oh, your husband. I know, I know, Mom. My mom got to tell that story sometime live. She did. Who said that? Annette. She did tell the story. It's check it out. It's on my channel. My mom's story. What is the name of it? The Big Red Doors story. I think that's the name of the video. The Big Red Doors on my channel. Check it out. She told the story. It's everybody I showed that video to, they cried. I ain't figured out why yet, but they cried. I even had Fred, Chrissy here sitting there watching it. They started crying. Like, damn, what I did? But it is. It's a good story. It's a great story. They're talking about my encounters with Bigfoot. Oh, okay. More coffee. I need some too, Nick. I hear you. The gift of mental power comes from God. Yeah. Hey, Warren Blitz. I see you, man. What's up? My buddy's Lightyear was what? To play Buzz Lightyear. I'm going to bed. Good night. All right. I hear you. Who's that, Brian? Your wife? She cried on your shoulder. I got an EMF reader I could take out there with me and see what happens with it. Geneva. They checked it off the bridge. The marathon was awesome. What? What did you talk about, Geneva? They shot one and threw it off a bridge? And that's awesome. Pandora, I'm done with that book. Literally. I'm done with that book 100%. But you guys got any other ideas on the Wallow? I got that one idea about tricking him with the cameras, putting the camera on camera. You got any other ways? I know they're in there. I know they're up there. It's just a point of what to do next with them. Scott Frost, what's going on, man? But I'm just thinking, what's other ideas that I could do at a distance to get their attention, pretty much, because we all know they're in there, they're up there. It's just the point of what's the next move? What should we do with it next? I'm just gonna keep pushing in there, I guess, and see what happens. Playing it by ear. What I've been doing. I'm gonna try that camera on camera for now. I might. I don't know what else to do with it. I don't know about the music. The music might draw in other unwanted guests. So I gotta keep everything I do like on the quiet download. I ain't trying to track nothing else that I don't want in there. Build a tree house and stay a week and go live. That'd be cool too. But you know how hard that would be to stay in the forest for a week up in a tree house? That'd be the most boring, man. It'd be the longest week in the world's history. Gifting them some food, maybe some peanut butter or something. But see, I don't like starting that shit. Then that one time you don't come with it, they catch an attitude. I'm afraid they're gonna rip me apart one of these times. Coming in there empty-handed after they're expecting it and shit, and they're hungry and they want it. It's just that's like I'm setting myself up for failure for the long run. So I don't really like getting into that gifting. Now Bigfoot land, they're pretty friendly, they're pretty laid back. So I give them cinnamon, hug jugs, stuff like that. Vic, not yet, but I'm definitely getting one this summer. I have one. I have a drone this summer out there in the sky, without a doubt. Them, the baby's mom and the daddies had revenge on Billy Joe and chased him out. She might rather talk about that one of these days, Geneva. That sounds like a good story to hear. Get a flute and play it. Barbara, you're the one that said that. I thought it was I thought it was Geneva that said that. Huh. I definitely will, Nina. I'm hearing whistling and shit. Our cloaked unseen worlds. You've had too much. You're cut off. I don't know why I just read that. My mind must have made me read that. Real Clef, you're crazy. Um, and that what message did you send? Someone wants to help me. Who wants to help me in that? Help me with what? The one I'm not reading. I don't know. I might have missed a couple of comments. I get cussed out on the regular for that. My fault, guys. Bigfoot always got the monkey. I don't know, guys. I don't see it. Bigfoot Trey, what's going on, man? Good to see you on here. Hey, I don't even know why I just noticed you on here, but good to see you. Okay. On the phone. Get your check yet? No, I wish. I definitely wish. I don't see it. Oh, from John and Steve. That's what's up. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. But no, I didn't. I wish I did get the check. Everybody at work got it, talking about it. They're working on the car. They're doing this. They're doing that. They got the 1,200 plus 600. It's like, damn, where's mine at? Am I gonna get one? The couple people I know on SSI, hey, I got my check today. Like, you end up getting a check too? Oh shit! This is like, man, am I gonna get one? But I'm hoping one of these days they're gonna send me one. I think they're getting ready to start paper checks soon. I think I'll be in with the paper checks. Hopefully, hopefully, and then I'll be able to get some damn tires on there. We haven't gotten ours either. Man, it's like, hopefully they'll come one of these days. I ain't talking bad about it, because every time when I talk bad about it, it takes that much longer. So I learned not to talk bad about it. It'll come sooner or later. Sooner or later, got your child support, got your shit. That's fucked up. Now this is a check that they wasn't supposed to do that. Nobody was supposed to interfere with it. Even the banks was keeping people's checks. That's messed up. That's crazy. I'm glad I don't know child support. I'm paid up, man. Took me a lifetime to do it, but I did that shit. You have to apply for those checks. If you work, no, it goes off your filed taxes. Your last year's taxes that you filed, it goes off of that. You have the answer to that at Club Unseen World. You know everything pretty much. You got both of yours, but man, I've been waiting. I've been checking the mail. But I don't even think they start the checks out until like next month. The paper checks, the first of the month or some shit. I don't know. Hopefully they come soon. I checked that website. They said being mailed out Friday. What the hell? Hey, Real Club. You keep catching me reading that, man. Somebody knocking at my door. Hold on 1 second, guys. My fault, guys. I don't know what that was about. They must have forgot it was Friday Night Live. But what I miss? Is Ferret in the holes on here? Where he at? I ain't seen him. Did I tell you guys Ferret in the hole broke his arm? Broke that shit from the elbow, right at the elbow. It was limp like a noodle, hanging. I don't know if I told you guys last week. But yeah, I think I did. I told most of you guys last week. Fred went to catch himself and snapped his arm. Man, it's bad. He went to the hospital. They pretty much it's bad. They put him in a sling and kicked his ass out because he ain't got no insurance. They should have put it in a cast because it was dislocated at the elbow, just hanging limp. He might even need surgery on that bad boy. And they put him in a sling, shipped him out because he ain't got insurance. The chair needs moisturizer badly, Dave. You ain't lying, man. I need a new chair. I might get one. I might have to, if I get that check, I might break down, get me a set of tires and then a new chair. Right, right. Yeah, they are taking too long, but hey, it comes at the right time. Right when you need it the most, that's when it'll show up. That's what's crazy about life. Dave, he fell down. He's out doing construction, and he tripped over a board, went to fall on a pile of boards and nails and shit, and he went sideways trying to avoid that. Ended up falling to catch himself and snapped his arm. He got it good. It messed his whole summer up. His whole summer gonna be down for that shit. What's that, Sasquatch Omega? You got yours 2 weeks ago, Alex? Must be nice. Must be nice. Yeah, I definitely heard it. Man, Cookie spoiled. Don't worry about Cookie, Brian. Cookie gets whatever Cookie wants, pretty much. Shit, I just spent like 20 some bucks on her today on bones and treats, and she likes them pig ears. She tears them pig ears up. She goes through like a pig ear a day. I don't know how she does it, but she tears them up. She goes through some pig ears. I'm trying to get her a pig's foot, see how she likes that. Oh, you got your paper check today? That means they're starting to check the paper checks out soon. Mine should be coming soon. I hope it comes soon. Use the post. You see the post? Oh, I'll look for it. Sasquatch Omega. Yeah, I seen that post. But you didn't say what you want me to do out there, Sasquatch Omega. You said you had something for me to try, but you ain't say what it was. Our dog berries, her figures. That's funny. Right, Alex? I already know. There's a lot of people that's all laid off. They can't pay their rent, pay their bills right now because of this shit. They need, man, it is a bad time right now. No TP to be found. I got some toilet paper now. I stocked up on some. Well, I didn't really stock up on it. I got enough to last me for a while. I got like 13, 14 rolls. That's plenty. That'll last me for a little while until this shit starts coming back around. I haven't gone back out in the woods since my sighting. It's been over 3 years now. I almost got like that whenever I had the after about 3 years of going up there. Me and Mike had that encounter to where they split us up. They pushed a tree down over right down at us, and they split us up. I told Mike to stay right here on this trail, and I walked around to see what it was that pushed the tree over, and it's like their way of splitting us up. I felt like because once I got over on the other side where the root ball was, away from Mike, two of them came down straight for Mike. And once I realized what was going on, I went running back screaming, Mike, get down, get down. That's for you, get down. And then they finally stopped and cut to the left. Both of them just like followed suit with each other. And then after that, it's like scared the shit out of me. I almost lost my son. Why did they stop from getting him? Because there's nothing I could do from stopping them from taking him. They was definitely trying to take him, without a doubt. They was coming for Mike, and I was about to give it up. It was like almost a month before I went back out into the woods. It scared me that bad. I didn't. I thought I was done with it, but I went back out again, and I just it's like a disease and I don't know. I just needed more. I had to keep going. I had to go know more about them because they could have took Mike hands down. There's nothing I could have did to stop him. Two big Sasquatches walking right down after him. There's nothing I could have did to stop it. I don't know if it was my hollering and running back at Mike or what it was, but they stopped and they cut to the left and they left him there. They left him alone. And that scared the shit out of me. I was done there for a while. So I know what you mean by that. I don't see him, Sasquatch Maker. I'll scroll up again. Are you the unseen cloak world? Other than that, I don't see no long ones. That's it. You posted it 5 times in a row. I don't see it. Unless one of the moderators are deleting it or something as you're putting it up there. I don't know. Woodburger Farm, my man. Good to see you on here. Another good guy. Get a UV flashlight off of Amazon. Use it at night. I think I got some. I might have a couple. But there is an onion stopover. Hey, Brian, man, I've been trying to get to you since last summer. I bet you I make it up to you this summer. We're going to be camping out up here in a couple of months, man. We're going to take a road trip. I'm coming to see you. Dean, what's going on, Dean? Yeah, this sucks. This lockdown sucks, Faye. It really does. Link. Fireball get you through it. Hey, Link. I'm going to go ahead and share that anyway. It ain't really cussing. You going to lockdown 3 on Wednesday? Damn. What are we on? Lockdown. I don't know what we're on. Well, if you're on lockdown 3, then it should be over. But lockdown 3 is like you're strict. You're really locked down. I mean, it's like almost martial law lockdown. I think 3. Well, no, I can't remember. 1 is the worst, and then like 3 or 4 is getting ready to come off of it, right? I think that's how they're playing it out. I can't remember. At 6 this morning. Well, Trump's talking about opening the country back up April 5th. I don't know how true that shit is, but only time will tell. We'll see on the 5th. I'm ready to get back out there. I mean, So I don't know, man. I can't wait for this shit to be over. Back to normal. It's getting under my skin. I know everybody in this planet is going crazy right now. Stir crazy. It's like cabin fever and shit. We've been locked down too damn long. You can't even go to the store without feeling guilty. It sucks. It definitely sucks. Yeah, he's supposed to start opening up the country back on May 5th, but we'll see. May 8th. We'll see. Hey, I could, as long as we got a deadline, as long as we got somewhere to reach, it ain't indefinite. I ain't trying to hear that indefinite shit. At least they're telling us a date when we can open back up and resume our regularly scheduled program and get out there and get it going. Damn, I'm losing everything. That shit sucks. Darren, wait. You heard June? Yeah, that's what they was thinking. But with the summer, the coroners, it pretty much killing off. It thought it could be as long as July, but I don't know. I'm not no professional on the shit. I just going by what I'm hearing. Yeah, this lockdown just been sucks. I know it's worldwide. I mean, not worldwide, but all the way across the United States is locked down. Damn, guys, you would think I'm famous on Messenger tonight. My fault, guys. It's a rap song, will blow your mind. Kentucky is all right. I don't think there's much work out that way, is there? You want to go where the work's at. Unless you're rich and you ain't got to worry about work. That's like Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a beautiful, beautiful place, but there's no work. No work anywhere out there. It's all about harvesting, growing crops and harvesting. If you ain't in that life, then you ain't going to make nothing out there. So it's a hard life out in Oklahoma. Colorado, it's pretty much the same. Well, I don't know since they legalized weed, but for the most part, I don't know what's going on out there. There ain't much work out that way either. You had 1,500 new cases in PA, and they're already talking about opening shit back up. There's a lot of work down there, Kathleen. Shit. Our factory jobs. See, that's cool. Missouri's like that too. That sounds like a little bit like Missouri. A lot of factory work in Missouri. Spread the virus of the corona? Shit, I don't know. That's a good question though. Can the mosquito carry the virus? They carry all the other viruses. That's a good question. And let's say the mosquito land on one person that got the corona, suck their shit, and then come over and land on the next person and suck their shit. Hey, I wouldn't put out it. Don't say it sounds like it's logical. Don't tell the Democrats. All community pools closed. See, yeah. All right, David, I got your message. Sasquatch and Mega. I'll check out here after the live stream. And I think I got some UV lights. I'm gonna try it out. Our next night trip out, but I'm not doing no night trips by myself. I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. That's not even crazy. That's just stupid. I do that shit again. You guys need to 302 me going out into the forest all alone by myself. That's suicidal, especially in these areas. I mean, I'm stocked up this year for some mosquito repellents, and I got some professional kit you guys sent me. It's fear porn. Yeah, to an extent, but when that fear porn becomes real porn, then you gotta face it sooner or later. Right? 24-hour lockdown. The world's like Alcatraz. You can't cross no borders. You're not going nowhere. Yeah, you're right about that pretty much. You ain't getting in here, you ain't getting out of here. Chuck, you found, did you think it might be a Bigfoot that is from inbreeding over the sense that I got, and all jokes aside, on them three-toed tracks, I felt like I was following a dinosaur. And I looked up tracks. The closest thing that I found to them tracks that came back into like a human hill was like a cousin of a T Rex. I looked at all thousands and thousands and thousands of tracks, and it came back that the closest thing I found was that it was I forget the name of it, but it was a cousin offshoot of a T Rex, the cousin to a T Rex. Santa Cruz, how much of it you think they, I don't know, contaminated? You believe they smell like shit? Geneva, I see you're in the mood today. Carlene, thanks. And I definitely will. You mean Dino? It's a dinosaur, but there's the offshoot of a T Rex. It's in the family of the T Rex that three-toed track fits. I mean, there's everybody's telling me it's dog man. It could be a few different things, inbreeding a Bigfoot. But when I was following that footprint, them tracks, that I felt like it was a dinosaur. And when I researched myself on different tracks, the closest thing I found with the three-toed claws that came back into like a human heel was a cousin offshoot of a T-Rex. After I found them, there's a couple sets I seen, couple videos I seen on three-toed tracks just like the ones I found. So they are out there in other places, whether they're dogmen or reptilians or what they are, but they're here. They're definitely here, and they're not just here. They're everywhere. I don't know about the alien stuff, but I know it's something that I never seen before. It caught me off guard. My back's starting to hurt a little bit, guys. It might be an early night. And I gotta be at work again tonight. Which is nothing new. I'm filming golden UFOs up here. I'm not saying that they ain't got there's not UFOs or they wouldn't be there's shit out there that would blow your mind without a doubt. Six-foot bat that have. I've been noticing that there's some weird new species coming out. Like them bats, the video's been popping up on them gigantic bats. Them ain't fruit bats, and I've never seen them before in my life. I don't know where they came from, where they try to claim. Now, guys, my whole life has been the Discovery Channel. I know my ins and outs when it comes to wildlife. Believe me, I'm not no professional, but I know my animals. I know my wildlife, and them bats. I never, them never existed before, ever. Them 4-foot bats, 6-foot wingspans, have never ever existed before the Mandela effect. And now that this Mandela effect, that shit has happened, them bats came after the Mandela effect. So, I don't know what they are, where they came from, or what's going on, but there's some weird shit that's been going on that people just can't explain. Shane Santa, yeah, but that's just stuff we don't talk about on here. That'll shut us down quick as shit. Already went down that road. Definitely Merlin. Shit, Bigfoot's the top of the wildlife. They're like the king of the planet right now. Whether you guys want to face it or not, they got most of this world, and it belongs to them. We're visitors on their stuff. Go tracking up in their shit, and I'll show you. I don't know if there's any dogmen in this area or not. I've never experienced any. I never encountered any. But all the like videos I've watched, all the stories I've ever heard, they was all bad. And I felt like if they was around here as aggressive as they are, I should have crossed one by now. I've been underground. I've been all through these forests. You think I would have crossed one by now? I crossed everything, but I'm not saying they're not here. I'm just saying I've never crossed one yet, and I should have. All the crazy ass places that I've been, and maybe that I have and just don't know. I don't know. He's trying to help you figure out what they are. MK Davis showed me pics of the same three-toed prints. Yeah, I'm thinking reptilian. $60 miles from me. I'm leaning toward reptilian. Crypto. Yeah, it's you can't get in the caves no more. They don't want you going into caves no more unless it's a toured cave. For the most part, they're pretty much sealing everything else up. But if you get caught in there, you're right, Dean. They can nail your balls to the wall pretty much. It's possible. Pay it forward. All right, Sasquatch Omega. Ain't heard a story of a chicken. Dave, I wouldn't doubt it, man. I wouldn't doubt that at all. All right, Dave. I got the pictures. Right, John. Federal lands and federal laws, and it's federally restricted up in the cave. And guys, it's I got it documented. It's all in a timely fashion. I went in there. I sent Kyle down in that hole. He found lights. They got lights up down in there. They started sealing it all up with cement in that tent. I found them tracks. It was still cool, even though they sealed it up. We were still going in there. I found them three-toe tracks. I followed them back into that big hole. Well, to the rock face that goes up to that big hole, and the following weekend, I got roped. I was going to go down in there myself and film, document all that. That's when they put that restricted sign, that federal restricted off limits, no trespassing sign up. It's like, as soon as I found them tracks, they don't want me in there. It was all cool all the way up until that point. I found them tracks. Then all of a sudden, they don't want me in there. That's just the way shit goes. And they didn't just put in the signs and federally restricted. They put camera on camera up there. There's a camera here on the tree facing into the hole. There's a camera on this side facing that camera. I mean, there's like 7, 8 cameras that I've seen on each other. You would have to take them all to get one. It's not happening. They got that place on lockdown, and they'll know if anybody goes in there or out. They got that shit on lockdown. I need to my seat up. Nah, I'm gonna get a new one, guys, here soon. Once I get this money coming in, I'm gonna get me a new chair, guys. Break down, get me some tires in the chair. They are masters of deception, making fake fire pits. I found a couple of them too, up there on way up in the wallow, Bigfoot wallow, up on top of that by that waterfall. There's a fake fire pit. Never been a fire in there. It's crazy. It looked like a whole campsite up there. It's structured up, barricaded off, weaved in, and in a fire pit sitting in the middle of it with no fire. Oh no, there was a rock that had ridges, looked like a fire sitting in the middle of it, like they was mimicking us, type of shit. It was weird. It's like it's something they seen before. Dressed in a grill and sit and go mess with the cameras. I'll be locked up. I ain't trying to get locked up right now. It's a bad time to get locked up. I don't know why they do that, Geneva, but they do it. I found a couple of them like that. I don't know if they're mimicking us or what, but they do it. Bad for right? It is boring through this whole lockdown. It's boring as shit. And you're right in that they'll mimic a lot. I've had one say my name. I had one say I'm sick. He said, "You're sick." In that deep, deep demonic voice, "You're sick." It's crazy. I still think about that. He said it right in my face, like it was almost paranormal. Tony here. Thanks, our cloak don't see world. That means a lot, man. And you're right about that. Right, Pandora? And you're right. They're fracking all that shit out. And you're right about that. Nothing left to cleanse the world with. Just like they have us on lockdown. It's gonna get worse before it gets better, I think. But I'm just hoping for the best. 5G is jacking us up. It can be used for good and bad. You're right. But it's probably more bad than good. I would love to move there. Where's that at? I have family of them that live in the woods behind my house. Be careful with them. I think I found where they lit a small fire on the ground on the side of a steep ravine. That'd be crazy. You're right, and that 5Gs ain't good at all. They're messing our brains up. They're knocking us off of our vibrations. It's doing a lot of damage. So, we can do about it now. Yeah, just for fun. I'm about to be out too, guys. How have you been doing? I'm good. This week has been great, really. I've been getting a lot of activity in the forest. Work's been good. I've been on time with everything. It's been a good, productive week. I can't say it hasn't. Can't say it hasn't. Other than this lockdown, I'm doing good. I'm still hanging in there, guys. I hope for the best for you guys too. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short. Get ready for bed. I gotta be at work at 2:30 in the morning. It seems like as soon as I close my eyes, I wake right back up. But this weekend, I'm gonna try to hit both places, guys. I'm gonna try to hit Bigfoot Land, and I'm gonna definitely try to. I'm definitely getting in the Bigfoot Walla. I'm going back up into the Walla and see what's going on up there, and then I'm gonna try to get into Bigfoot Land as well with these 2 days I got off. So the videos might be a little bit longer this week. If that's the case, so I can get them all out within this week. But until the next one, guys, thanks for having my back on everything. And thanks for having a good time tonight, guys. I did have a good time. It was all right. Can't say it wasn't. But every Friday night live ain't too bad. Even the BS days and the good days, we have fun for the most part. If you guys want to help a brother out, the GoFundMe is in the description in the bottom. Until then, guys, leave a comment on what you think. Leave me some timestamps in the comments throughout these videos. It makes my job a little bit easier throughout the week on finding them. But until then, stay tuned, guys. I'll be here.